Hello, this is just an audio test for now. Yeah, so today we're going to be doing some VFR flying in this lovely Beechcraft Band 58. I've just done a flight actually earlier, off stream obviously. I went from Salt Lake City down to Boise in the US. First US flight I've ever done in this flight, seems very fun. So sometime I've got to do a US flight. The procedures are a little different actually. But today we're doing some nice VFR flying, which is starting from us taking a little journey from, I've forgotten the name. It's not on the Fly UK site, the name of the airport. It is in the sim, but I've forgotten. I'll just leave it. Okay, so now we need to power up to make sure we have fuel. So simply just hit Control E, and that should do it. Okay, we obviously haven't got any fuel then, have we? If it can't start, so let's go ahead and put some fuel in this thing. So I guess 60% of the tank. We'll probably use a lot less than that anyway, but doesn't really matter, does it? So there we go. Should be able to... There we go. It can start now. So yeah, time to get underway. So let's just go ahead and start my sky track, start flying flight. I forgot. You need to have the engines off to do that anyway. We go. Started it, and now I can start the engines again. Okay, so let's get up. Shift 3. Move this over here so I can see it. Terrain. So obviously the aim here, VFR Flying wants to try and avoid these hills. Is the main aim. So let's go ahead and start our flight over. It's 45 miles. And the aim is just to stop, basically not to crash into a mountain, is the whole point. Not using autopilot or anything like that. It's total VFR, which means we're just doing it on the hills and we're doing it visually. All I need to do, obviously, the only guidance I've got is my little onboard GPS, which I've put on my other monitor so I can see. So, right, I've forgotten where they go. There's what, 60 knots. Let's rotate about there. Yep. Oh, I've got to get used to, I've been flying a 737 and an A320 for so long, I forget. This thing is so sensitive compared to it. Right, start the clock on my yoke. Gears coming up. Power it down a little, and then just gain altitude. And then we can start. So it says we should cruise at about 14 to 16,000, but there's not really much in the way of a cruising altitude, is there? So, and we'll see if we can butter this thing when we land later. We probably won't be able to. I'm not great at landing. So by the looks of it, I'm gonna aim. I think we are gonna have to go over mountains. Obviously, the lighter the colour on my GPS, the lower the terrain is. So let's try and get the altitude up to, I don't know, 8,000 maybe, roughly. Don't really know. There's the altitude indicator there. So I think maybe about 10,000 would be good. So I'll plug that in to our little autopilot here. Because obviously we do use autopilot for the altitude, but we don't use it for the way we're going. Saying that, doesn't appear that it's the autopilot's doing anything here. Why isn't the autopilot doing anything? Yeah, the autopilot's working now, so let's go outside, see have a little look. Oh yeah. Gotta try and climb quite quickly, I think. So I'll increase our climb speed a little bit, just so we can get ourselves over this. It would be nice to not climb quite so rapidly, but we do need to get up quite high above these trees, and then we can focus on flying this nice aircraft. So at the moment, the estimated flight time now is... Alright, I've got a time... There you go. I have control of the plane properly. Lovely. We have got ATC actually. I don't know why I haven't just tuned into it now. So let's tune into the ATC.
Descend and maintain flight level 180.
I've completely forgot we had ATC. So let's put that up there. I have turned on AI, so that's good. Well, this is a pretty steep climb here to try and get above this nonsense. Right, we can slow down the climb now to gain some speed.
Scandinavian 4703, please at flight level 312, descending flight level 220. Scandinavian 4703, Marseille Center, Roger. Squawk 554.
So there you go, just acknowledging our little squawk code there. So we need to wait now, and it'll come up with some. Whoa, yeah. We're slowing to climb reasonably. But we'll climb up to 6,000, I think. I'm trying to gain speed here, but it's not really possible. Yeah, the stream did go a bit odd there on my phone, but it's gone back to normal now. Okay, I think we've made it to where we want to be. And then we'll just go along here at 10,000, which I hope will be enough. Obviously, we can't really go much higher. Don't want to go much higher than that, so if we come across anything crazy, we'll just have to try and avoid it. See some snow on these mountains over here. I think we can get into 9,000, and then I'll increase the climb now to about 500 vertical speed to allow us to increase speed. Finally. Now we've cleared these mountains. We've basically cleared them, haven't we? So just do a nice slow climb now to about 9,000-ish. And watch the speed rise now, hopefully. And it is rising. So click on nearest airport list. We're looking for, where is it now? LFLG. So I need to find LFLG on here. It's not here yet, so we're still too far away. I think it appears when we're 30 miles away, and we're currently 37 miles away, so it won't appear yet.
1003, turn left heading 190. Turn left heading 190, 1003.
Let's go up to 9,500. I feel a bit more safe at that altitude. Also, I'm going to go ahead and get up. This is I couldn't remember why I got up the Sky Vector charts when I do this. Well, I've remembered why I do it. It's so I can actually keep a track of how high I need to be. Actually, not. Forget that. Take ages to try and find where I'm supposed to be. I'll just do it properly, which is. By properly, I mean properly in VFR, which is doing it yourself. Okay, let's try and aim for it. There's a little gap here. We're gonna make. Oh, we only just cleared that mountain, man. That's why I want to go up to 9,500. It's a bit safer. So let's try and clear these mountains.
Europa 1064 with you. Europa 1064 Marseille Center, Roger.
There's not much of a path through here, unfortunately, but let's go up to 10,000. Let's go to 11,000. Let's try and climb. Put the vertical speed up to 600, which is not a big increase, but should be enough to get over this mountain, which is what we want to do. course there. Also, I'm not sure what time I'm streaming until today. I don't know, probably about an hour's stream, not sure. Probably do 2 or 3 legs of this journey. Are we being blown sideways, or is it just me? Right, try and not make contact with this this mountain now. And then after this, we've got a bit of... Lovely. This is why I like VFR flying. Right, I've got some more mountains up here. Try and figure out how to avoid them. We've just got a bit of an odd route there, trying to get to the sort of the best bits of the mountains. This bit here is a little less high, so we'll do that. We're almost at 11,000 now. I still don't know if that will be enough. I hope it will be. It also did recommend like 13,000, so let's try 12,000. Obviously, the original plan was like 9,000, but after this now, it gets a lot. There's a lake coming up actually, and it gets an awful lot less mountainous, so that's nice. Right, should just get over there, this little bit here, and then we should be in the clear. And we are 30 miles away. There it is, LFLG. I'm not going to bother pronouncing that because I'm not French and I'll do it wrong. Right, tune. Oh, they have a tower. That's cool. There must be a reasonably big airport, right then. This particular one. Normally they only have little like things that you just connect to and then say or whatever. So I'll say request full stop landing.
Oscar Echo Mike Alpha Delta is 30 miles southeast with Foxtrot to land. Beach Oscar Echo Mike Alpha Delta.
Runway 4 right, okay.
Right downwind. Runway 4 right. Altimeter 2992.
Wait, 4 right. That means they have more than one runway. Just like at least.
Right traffic.
That's
runway
crazy.
4 right. Beach Mike Alpha Delta.
So they want us to go right at the airport and then land, but obviously I won't bother with that yet. So let's go over to select approach. There's no approaches available, so I have to abandon that idea. Right, I think now 12,000. Now we're up at 12,000. That should be enough to clear these mountains up ahead. According to our GPS, we are 12 minutes away. So according to the clock on my yoke, 9 minutes and 40 seconds we're in the air. So 20 minutes roughly, I think they're planning then by the time we actually get down. So not bad. Not bad at all. So what else should we at now? Yeah, 12,000, and up ahead we've got a few more mountains, but we're high enough to get past those now. So in the end, 12,000 turned out to be the right one there. That was the right one. The most awkward sip of a drink in the middle of a sentence. Ridiculous. Right, 12,000, that's it there, so this plane should just hold itself by there. There's 12,000, so this thing's going to start speeding up, and I'll just bank the plane slightly left so we can be bang on the pink line. What else to use this airport at, actually? Let's just check. Using this, so it should tell me the altitude is 722 feet. So we are going to have to descend quite a bit. It's not one of those high up airports like some of the others we've been flying into. Again, the speed's going up a lot, so I'm just going to decrease power a little bit. After we cross all these mountains, that's when I'll start bringing the plane down a little bit. Down to about, I think, 4,000, 3,000, about 3,500, just 3,000 away from the runway, and then we can make our final approach. We're still 23 miles away yet, so it should be good. lot of nice planes in there. There's a big 777 there. Cool. And literally I can just let go of the controls a bit here and let the plane do its thing, really, for now. Obviously I think about 15 miles away, maybe. Just once we clear this mountain bit, which is, according to the GPS, just up here. But it does get a bit mountainous again. I'll check here. Unfortunately it gets a bit, I think we'll follow the river down, maybe as a plan. There's a river just before, just literally by the airport there's a river, so might be a good idea. For now there's nothing to do though. These planes are a lot more relaxed than the big ones I've been flying a lot recently. What airport's this? At Nice again. Back at Nice. I think it is. There's an Aeroflot there. I don't normally see Aeroflots. Must be a new one I've installed. I can't remember when the last time I was. It was when I installed AI packs again, but I must have installed them. Yeah, right now, not a lot going on. Literally just sort of like sitting here. Sitting here doing absolutely nothing. So there's a bit of a valley. If we follow that valley around, we can actually cut through a bit, and that will bring us out. And then we can try and bank and try and get on to runway 4, or we can either go right and then in, and then right again. So we can go right, left, or left, right. So one follows a valley and a bit of mountain, the other follows the river. I think we'll follow the river because it's a bit easy to follow. It'll probably look nicer and it's less complicated. So that sounds like a good plan. I think we'll start following the river down once we see it. I think it's over the tip of this mountain just up here. There's like a little shallow, so like a little path that leads off almost. So we'll try and look for that. And then descend down manually. I think we'll descend down into it. Obviously, we have actually got a tower here, which is a bit unusual. So it says there like there's an airspace quite close. I don't see that bit that it's telling me is like there's no terrain. I think that's it there. There you go, that's it there. I see it. I see it. I'm going to go through that and then literally in that river, very close to the river. It looks like a river, but I'm not so sure. It might actually just be land that's very low. I'm not sure. It's blue though. It's a bit blue on the map. So it almost, I don't think, like, maybe a lake. I think there is a lake actually, I can see it over there. Or I could just go over these mountains. Can I go over these mountains? I might be able to just make it straight over, which is obviously quicker than going straight over. We are going to need to start descending soon actually, let's do that now. Down to 3,700, that's exactly 3,000, and I can't. There you go, that's how you do it. I'll use the default level of descent. I'm not sure about I'll be able to make it through under that. Like once we pass this mountain, that's it. Then it goes. So I think we can go straight over, but we are going to need to watch it a bit. I have to also change the vertical speed a bit, so, and then bring back the power to make sure we can actually land in time. But also, I do want to get over these mountains, but I think that should be possible. So, because then straight over there, like straight under it is. We should see the airport once we get past these mountains. I'll turn slightly left, because obviously we want to bank right to land on runway 4 right, which will obviously be facing 40. We're currently facing 300, so. We're down to 1600 feet per minute now. And then just decreasing the throttle again to try and actually get this thing down in time. Good. This thing's now descending properly, and I should see the airport quite. It's not actually a lake, but is that a town? It's like a town, but it's so low it's a different colour, so I thought it was sea. Because I'm not used to it, because obviously in this area recently I've only been seeing all the others. We've just been cleared to land. So there's the airport, I see it. So we are a bit high, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and dive it almost, I think. There's the airport, there's the runway. We're looking to land that. So they have GA services here. But they do have parking, so that's interesting. I think we're landing on a tarmac runway as well, which is interesting. Or asphalt, I guess. That's what you should call it. Right, I might have to just do like a little, sort of like a circle around here at the moment to try and give me enough time to lose. Right, what I'll do, I'll head in the wrong direction while I descend the plane. Just past 7,000. And then I'll turn around so I can land. That works. I need to pretty much idle the engine there because it's gaining too much speed. Right, gear down, put the flat sword down, and then we can start. I'll disable the autopilot. Make sure this thing doesn't go too far down, too fast down, I mean. Space, I think. Make sure we don't lose too much altitude, so otherwise it's craziness. That's good. So make the turn now, and there you go, we're bang on by the runway. Maybe slightly high, but not by a lot. We're just going below 4,000 feet now, so pretty good. And now I can bring back up the throttle a little bit, and then we're landing on the. Well, we actually have PAPI lights here. That's nuts. So it's a reasonably large airport, man. And there's no commercial aviation here or anything, but. So that should be what, 3,000 we've just passed, yeah. So that means we're good for landing. We should see the little tiny gear pop out. Yeah, they are. They're quite small, the gear. It's quite funny. So we're 2 miles out now, so we're not high at all actually, we're just bang on, I'd say. And the speed's pretty good, so Obviously, maybe slightly too fast because I remember this thing doesn't really have any brakes, so I don't think it has reverses either. It might have reverses. I'll try when we land, obviously, to deploy them. Because now I've actually like set one of the keys on my keyboard to the reversers, so I can actually like reverse the thrusters on engines when I land, because I couldn't do that before. Right, all the papillite lights, we've got 4 whites, or in this case slightly yellows. So that means we're good to land. Oh, we're going slightly off course now. Because 2 of them have gone red. Oh, wait, that's 3 red. We're not very... We've gone a bit low now, I think, or something. Right, cut the throttle there, and then just land it. Butter time. Pretty smooth. Just use the brakes. Nope. This thing doesn't have reversers. Just try to use them. Luckily we managed to stop it. Right, contact ground, and then request taxis. Do we need fuel, or do we need parking? We've got 54% of the tank, so parking. So turn on progressive taxi, you want me to turn around. There we are, just turning 24 minutes there in the air, so not bad. Pretty good first flight for the day. It's trying to get, obviously because there's no taxi, it's just trying to get me to go over the grass, which is quite funny. And then taxiing to the stand that they've assigned. Obviously they only say general aviation parking, so it's not very obvious which stand they mean. So we only used like 6% of the tank on that flight, but obviously we filled up with 60%, we've currently got 54 left, so we're fine. Just power down the engine slightly, and this is the stand we've been allocated, so just drive up to it. Drive? I don't know. Taxi. Yeah, taxi up to it. That's what you call it with planes. I've noticed that this thing can be quite hard to get going, like, when you taxi it can be quite hard to get going. Right, that should be about enough. Cut the engines. And that's it. Welcome to this French village that I'm not going to bother pronounce. Leversud or something like that. I'm not going to bother pronouncing it properly because it's going to go wrong. Yeah, so I'll stop recording that. It's registered it as Alpine Valleys number 4. So submit that. Yep. And then refresh the page. And then we're going to do another one now. So we're going from this place now, which is LFLG, over to LFLP. So let's go ahead and get that ready. So where is it now? Flight planner. And then it should know where we are now. LFNG. That's not where we are then, is it? Oh. LFLG. There it is. And then we're going down to LFLP. And then after that, we're crossing into Switzerland next flight. So that's the bit, that's obviously, this is like it's an Alps tour. So we cross through Croatia, Austria, Italy, Switzerland. So it goes France to Switzerland, to Italy, to Austria, to Croatia, and back to Austria. So we're almost finished with the French portion of it. This is where we're flying LFLP, yep. Find route. This recommends 11,000 feet. As our cruising altitude, so I'll say that, I'll accept that. I don't want it to move, I don't want it to move me there. Oh, it's just moved me there. Oh well. So we want a taxi. Where are we going? We're going. That's south, east. So it's basically northeast. We're going. But is it north or is it east? It's basically like it's north, closest to, I think.
Beach, Oscar, Echo, Mike, Alpha Delta with Foxtrot. Request taxi for takeoff, north, departure. Beach, Oscar, Echo, Mike, Alpha Delta. Taxi to and hold short of runway 4 right via taxiway runway 4 right. Contact tower on 121.0 when ready.
Okay, it's actually giving me the wrong runway anyway. The one that says is active is not even the one that's active. Right, let's start Flying Club flight then. It's another 45 miles down there, so same length flight's 1 mile shorter than the other flight we just did, so. And then, yeah, let's get down there. So release the parking brakes. Put some power in this thing so it can actually start moving. Taxi over to here, so get on and then request takeoff clearance from them.
Information, Foxtrot 0.
Gets on the wrong button.
Clear for takeoff, runway 4 right, beach, Mike, Alpha Delta.
So we're clear for takeoff, so let's go ahead and get ready to go. And we are going directly out of this runway, so let's go ahead and get ready to go. Squeaky chair for the win. And off we go. Full power. We're trying to get as much speed as possible on takeoff so I don't lose it afterwards. Luckily, with the terrain along here is very, very light. It's very, there's nothing crazy, so it should be good. And take off to get the clock on my yoke started. And I didn't put it up enough. Right, gear's coming up. So for now, we're not going to need to go up very high, so I think just about 6,000 for now. At a nice, calm, just 600 vertical speed. $700 gone, 700. Make sure I've still got control of the heading, because sometimes it can go. So by the looks of it, nothing in the way of mountains for this first. Actually, no, for the whole flight, literally no mountains. No problem with mountains. So it can cruise quite low. Just 6,000 will be good. So that's what I'll do.
Alpha Delta, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
They want us to go on to Leon approach.
Beach, Oscar, Echo, Mike, Alpha Delta, this type, beach, bearing 3 miles northeast of Fsx. Request flight following. Beach, Oscar, Echo, Mike, Alpha Delta, Leon approach, Fox 7473.
So give us a little squawk code there.
73, beach, Mike, Alpha Delta. Beach, Mike, Alpha Delta, radar contact 4 miles northeast of Fsx 2200. Altimeter 2992.
Also, we're climbing very, very slowly. There's no point in climbing fast
Beach, Mike, Alpha Delta.
because there's no need on this flight. So we're just following this nice little corner here. We're following.
Going to 123.7. Beach, Mike, Alpha Delta.
So the aim is literally this flat bit continues all the way to our airport. We're going to have to take some slight detours, but not much in the way of a detour. Really not much in the way of a detour, so we're good.
Echo Mike Alpha Delta with you. Beach Oscar Echo Mike Alpha Delta. Shombury approach. Roger. Altimeter 2992.
So for now, this reckons 13 minutes it'll take us. It should be a lot quicker flight than last time, just because of the fact we're not having to go slowly while, obviously the last flight we had to climb all the way up to 12,000. This one, that really shouldn't be an issue. Okay, so So what altitude is it? This airport is at an altitude of 1,500 feet. So we don't even have to descend that much to get to it, which is good. Just passing 3,300 feet. Not bad. A lot of traffic in the area. I have got, like, I've turned on, you know, like some, I've forgotten the name now. I've turned on some AI, general aviation, but even though I've downloaded every single pack they have of it, it's like nowhere to be seen. Doesn't exist. So, I mean, I do see it occasionally, but it's quite rare. So there's no point. May as well just ignore it. Can't hear myself. Wonder how long I wasn't talking for then. The mic's on because it's picking it up. So I only just realised now it's because it was paused the whole time. It's just got really behind. That's why. It's being silly. It's like way behind my like the recording on here because it keeps like, pausing and freezing and stuff. So it's way behind. It's actually still on the previous flight, like from ages ago. My phone isn't though. My phone's where it should be. It's because for some reason YouTube, when you're like on this live hub, YouTube can never keep up with where your stream actually is. For some reason. Right, we're within 30 miles of it now. So if I click nearest airport list, LFLP, there it is. And it's, oh, they've also got a tower, okay. Request full, request landing then. Make straight in runway 4, so.
Fly straight in, runway 4, altimeter 2992. Make straight in, runway 4, beach, Mike Alpha Delta.
So, yep, they've got a tower as well, so they're obviously a reasonable sized airport. There's 13 parking ramps there, okay. So they're quite big then. Quite a big airport, bigger than the other one even. That one had 2 parking ramps, or 3 parking ramps. It's because GSX doesn't pick up the one for fueling. So this one has 14 parking ramps. So that's quite a bit. That's quite big actually. Yeah, there it is, just frozen again. But luckily my phone's okay. With the stream, it's just whatever. That's what it's like. For some reason with YouTube it can't keep up with my own stream, so I just watch it on my phone because it's an awful lot easier watching it on my phone. Also, I don't know about any of you, but I've had on my channel loads of regular videos. I'm enjoying them. I hope you are enjoying them. Because I've definitely enjoyed recording them. It's been a bit unusual having so many videos going out, like nonsense. It's just crazy. There's so many of them. Nonsense it is. A nonsensical amount of them. So, yep, we're just following in this. So it is a bit of an odd one. Even though it's only 45 miles, we'll definitely end up doing way more than 45 miles. And that's because we keep turning. Because instead of going over these mountains, which I could have done if I cruised at about 9,000-ish, there's no point because it's going to save me a little bit of time, but not a lot of time. So I may as well just. In the end, it's probably going to make me go slower anyway because obviously I have to slow down. Remember to climb, so and then I have to obviously take a bit of a weird route into an airport if I'm too high up. So the point? May as well just sit here and just take a nice view of. This is what I love about the VFR Flying. Though. It's very simple to fly the plane, and you get to look at all these nice views. Look at this; it looks lovely. I still love it as well because our final destination's in Austria. I made this plane Austrian registered, and then mad because mad chili. So it's a mad chili plane. we own it, I guess. And there's us. Look. Wait, that's a massive mustache that guy's got. Don't know why I noticed that. Don't know why. Randomness. So we are sort of heading in the wrong direction right now, like slightly, but not a lot. But obviously that's the whole point of it. So we're just turning around here. This thing has actually reached 6,000 now. So I don't know how long it's been at 6,000. It's probably been at 6,000 for ages, hasn't it? I just haven't noticed. Look at this lovely scenery. It's really nice. So we're 19 miles off now, so not too far. Now I'm going to start heading back towards the airport. Just following the mountains round. That's the whole point of this is what I like about VFR Flying. You just, instead of just staring at a map all the time, you just follow the scenery. And I've got a little GPS to guide me. There's no flight plan. Well, there is a flight plan, but it's not like, you know, I have to be at this altitude here and that altitude there. It's just like, with this case, it's, right, what altitude is this terrain? And basically, so what's the best altitude to be at for the flight? I need to ask myself, and then, right, if I can't be above those mountains, let's just follow them around nice and scenically, like I just did there. So obviously I've made a couple of extra miles into my route, but who cares? For the moment as well, we don't actually need to, we're gonna soon enough we'll actually meet back up with our original planned route. So this thinks we're 4 minutes away. I don't really think that's possible. 4 minutes, 15 miles. We're going quite fast. We're not going that fast. Also, with this, it's basically full power all the way. That's the easiest way of doing it. And I love just looking out the wing there. You can just see the scenery. I do prefer the Cessna 172. That's probably one of the best private planes. I've got to get one of the ones from Kenardo because I got their Beechcraft 1900 and it's really good. So, and that's like a proper private plane. Then it'll come with an inbuilt GPS in here, like a proper one, not the default one. It'll be an actual proper, really good one. In the centre, I can see it's not a dial on somewhere else, and the physics will be like on point. So that's what I really want. I've got to try and get them. They're actually quite cheap because they're small planes, so they don't take too long to make. So compared to the £50 you might pay for the PMDG, I think they're about £20–30. So the Beechcraft was 30, but obviously that's one of the bigger passenger planes they do. I think I'm going to get a Cessna 182. That's like the best. That's like the staple private plane. But obviously, when this game was released, it was so old. It was the Cessna 172, which is the old model. So that'll be nice to get the new model in there. Alright, let's have a look. Have we got any approaches here? Oh, what the? They've got an ILS here. Are they joking? They've got an ILS. Okay. We'll do that then. Must be a pretty big airport if they've got an ILS, surely. Let's go and latch onto that then. I'm actually just confused now. They've got an ILS. Like, it's a bit confusing. Since they're supposed to be quite a small airport. I mean, I'd assume that. They're a small airport. But they've even got an ILS, which is strange. There you go. There's at the moment. Look, I'm looking here. I have installed it properly because I can see here. Look, there's a private plane there. It's very far away from where we are at the moment, but there's a private plane. So, like, that means within this world there are some private planes, and there's another one. Look, so there are some. Right, there's the plane. Actually, let's go ahead and let's pull out our autopilot and fly this bit manually down to the airport. Obviously, with the help of an ILS, it'll be a bit easier. There you go, I've just been cleared to land, which is nice. Right, acknowledge landing clearance.
Runway 4, beach, Mike Alpha Delta.
Drop that right off. Let's get the gear and the flaps down. Because we're 4 miles from the runway, so it's time to start slowing down. We were going so fast back there, trying to descend properly. Oh, so this airport's actually at 1,500 feet, so it's actually quite a big airport. Looking at that, look. Got a proper nice long runway and everything. Slowing the plane down obviously now a bit. Yeah, this flight, even though it's the same distance, it's going to be almost 10 minutes shorter. That's the difference it makes. There's the runway. We're bang on with it, so that's good. We're 1,000 feet from the ground. Obviously no GPWS call-outs in a little Beechcraft Baron. Increase power a little bit now and get ourselves lined up with the runway. Here we are landing, good. Bit low, I think, unfortunately there. Let's try and get the touchdown zone. Maybe. Right, idle the power there to bring it down. Oh, it's a bit rough, but I'll take it. Right, it's slowing down now. There's no exit taxiways until the end of the runway, I don't think, so.
Mike Alpha Delta, turn next taxiway.
Right, stop the clock there. 17 minutes, not bad. So that was what, like, same distance, 7 minutes shorter. Just didn't have to go over any hills or anything compared to the flight we did earlier. And then vacate the runway there.
Beach, Mike Alpha Delta, contact ground on 118.2.
So contact ground there.
118.2, beach, Mike Alpha Delta.
We need fuel. We've got 48% of the tank, so parking. Got plenty of fuel left.
Request taxi to parking. Oscar Echo Mike Alpha Delta, taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway runway
using this runway as a taxiway. Funny. Alright, what's the point of using this runway as a taxiway? I can just do that. It's a lot easier. Why are they telling me to do that? I can just go left up here. It's a whole lot easier. And there's literally no other traffic on the ground here, so that what they've said doesn't even make any sense. Taxi in there. Lovely. Very nice. I do like a bit of VFR flying, I will say that. Very slowly in. Go, put on parking brakes. Engine 1 off. Engine 2 off. Okay, just wait for all these pressures to go back to normal. Okay, so everything's all good now. Can I turn the TCAS off? There you go. Just put back to 1200 is fine. And there you go, cross all this off, stop that. And that's it there, so thank you for watching this stream. We're going to finish it here now, and then we're going to do some Swiss flights next time we do some VFR flying. I'm not sure when it'll be. Whenever I fancy doing VFR flying, I think. That's the aim, so thank you so much for watching this video. Oh, it's not a video, is it? It's a stream. What am I doing? It's a video. Oh, it's a stream. Don't know why I couldn't convince myself that it was a stream, like, for so long. But whatever. So thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.